Guys, the secret's finally being revealed. The cat's out of the bag. Want to be in it?
What?
Do you want to be in it? I'm proud to say that I'm launching my second tarot deck that I have authored. Hello, all my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is indeed the very first time that you're on my channel, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Vanessa Somuayina, and I have dedicated my psychic abilities to helping you gain more clarity in life, heal yourself, as well as become the person you've always dreamt of being. I'm also the proud author of 2 tarot decks, a dog mom, and an entrepreneur. And the fact that you intentionally chose to click the thumbnail of my video is a clear sign that there are some messages for you here that are waiting to be uncovered. And I'm so excited to channel these divine messages through to you. And what makes this video so special is not only the fact that it is the very first of a series of 2022 predictions and horoscopes that I have coming to my channel, but this video is also the official launch video of my new tarot deck called the Pastel Journey. Oh my god, you guys, even just saying it in this video, knowing that the launch of the Pastel Journey is going to be on the 11th of November, I seriously feel like bawling my eyes out right now. So before I get into the readings and your 2022 general prediction and horoscope, I would just like to thank each and every one of you beautiful souls for being here on this journey with me and for making this dream come true of publishing another tarot deck. And this deck was designed with all of my beautiful little unicorns in mind. So no matter who you are or where you're from, this deck will bring joy, laughter, and a new vibrant energy to your life. And the Pastel Journey Tarot has been a year and a half in the making. It comes with a guidebook and so many gorgeous details to the cards, such as holographic gilded edges, a magnet box in which you can store your deck. It also comes with a velvet pouch, and the cards are super easy to shuffle. They're made with the most high quality materials, so they will last you for years to come. And at this point, I would also like to thank Erica, my beautiful illustrator, for helping to make this project come to life. And aside from each and every one of you beautiful souls in the unicorn fam, all 385,000 of you, I would like to thank my husband Cody as well for always sticking by me. Cody!
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
Just wanted to thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what?
For always sticking by me.
Oh, be.
Want to be in it?
What?
Do you want to be in it?
I don't know. Sure. Hi guys. Welcome to Vanessa's husband ASMR. Hello, it's my hair okay?
Yeah.
Am I cute?
Yeah, you are
okay.
The cutest.
Oh.
So I just wanted to publicly thank you for always sticking by me through all of my crazy ideas, creating these tarot decks and bringing them to life, and never giving up on my dreams, and also helping me get to here when no one else believed in me.
Aw,
you were there.
Oh, of course. I'll always be there for you.
So,
like, I'm so proud of you. You're kicking ass and I love you so much.
Profanity.
Oh, sorry. I appreciate you so much. I'm so proud of you, and like, I just think it's so amazing what you're doing.
Oh.
Oh, it's so cute. Aw, babe. Oh.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
I'm just so incredibly thankful and filled to the brim with so much love. And I just can't wait for each and every one of you to receive the Pastel Journey Tarot deck in the mail. And I will be signing all decks that are purchased within the first 24 hours of launch. So within the first 24 hours of me posting this video, every single order that contains the Pastel Journey Tarot deck will have a signed copy included. And you'll be able to watch me sign copies on my Instagram. So make sure that you don't forget to follow me. And of course, the link to my website, beaulife.com, where you can purchase the Pastel Journey Tarot deck, is linked in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section. And I don't want to say too much, but this first print of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck is a very limited print due to the nature of how difficult and rare it is to source holographic gilded edges and all the other beautiful little details that I wanted to have as part of this body of work. So if the launch of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck is anything like the launch of the Gentle Heart Tarot deck that I did in February of this year, there won't be many decks left by the end of the day. So make sure that you get your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. I promise it won't disappoint, and you will love this deck for years to come. So excited! I'm so excited that this dream is finally coming true, and it really does mean the world to me to be able to share it with all of you. And for all of you who are looking for more ways in which you can enhance your tarot readings, simply get into tarot and you want to make the Pastel Journey tarot deck yours, make sure that you check out the different sets that I have on my website as well, where I have tarot boards designed that you can use in order to learn how to lay your cards. I also have an online course where I teach you how to become a great tarot reader quickly. All of that is labeled and linked in the description box. But now let's return to your 2022 zodiac signs general predictions. So this video is structured in a really simple way. Each and every zodiac sign is linked down below in the description box and also pinned to the comment section for all of you watching on your mobile devices. Click the corresponding timestamp. You will be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video where you can receive your 2022 horoscope. And I would of course recommend that you watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign in order to receive a well-rounded idea of what 2022 may look like for you. And also feel free to drop a comment down below letting me know what sign of the zodiac that you belong to. So that's all for the intro, you guys. The secret has finally been revealed. The Pastel Journey Tarot has officially been launched, and I can't wait for all of you to receive your copy. And don't forget that if you order within the first 24 hours of launch, you will be receiving a signed copy, which has never been available before, not even for the Gentle Heart Tarot. So make sure that you grab your copy while they last. But now let's get into your 2022 horoscopes. I will be starting off with my Aries baby's prediction. So if you are in fact an Aries baby, then you can continue watching. And to all of my beautiful signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello all my beautiful Aries babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. So I'm gonna get straight into it. All you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy me starting off with the beautiful Pastel Journey tarot deck. Look at these holographic edges. They are just divine, and also all the moons here on the backs of the cards also have some holographic details. But let's move into it and we'll figure out what's coming towards you during the year 2022. First up, we've got the Six of Wands. So in the Six of Wands, I can see that your charisma as well as all of your ideas are kind of coming together into a boiling pot. So all of your amazing, innovative ideas that you've had for businesses, for your personal life, pair that up with the typical Aries pioneering and confident energy, and you have a recipe for success for the year of 2022. So this year is really meant to be a year that resonates for you. Next up, we have the Two of Cups. In the Two of Cups, I can see that your love life is also going to be flourishing. So in the Two of Cups, we have a card that speaks of genuine love and respect in romantic relationships, and a genuine type of affection for one another. So here, in conjunction to the Six of Wands, I can see that you will be with someone who really appreciates all of your innovative ideas, the fact that you aren't afraid to think outside of the box, and also the fact that you're very dynamic and quick-witted. As an Aries, these are all traits that are exclusive to your sign. Furthermore, in the Six of Wands showing up as the very first in your reading, do note that the year 2022 has the base vibration 6, because we have 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 6, which again corresponds really nicely with the Six of Wands, and that being a vibration that is important for you during the upcoming year. I can see here within the Magician, we have the number 1. So innovation, moving forward, being the first to try out new things and being a bit of a daredevil is one thing that I can see here within the Magician. And I do also want you to know in the Magician that this is a card that speaks of confidence as well as the courage to move forth no matter what the opposition may look like. The Moon is a card that speaks of intuition. This is a card that shows that your gut feeling is going to lead a lot of 2022 for you, and you're going to be unafraid to listen to your gut feeling and your intuition. So if you've been in a situation, all my Aries babies, 20s where you thought back at your decision making and thought to yourself, man, if I had only listened to my intuition, then everything would have turned out way better for me. Know that in 2022, you're listening to your intuition right away. Next, in the cave, I can see here that your sanctuary and your home is really important in 2022, and you're paying a lot of attention to detail, and you're most likely also going to change something big within your home. So maybe you're moving to a different home, purchasing your own home, moving countries. I can see here in the cave that you are making decisions based on what feels right, and also ensuring that your home is a real sanctuary based on the type of decor and the type of interior design that really resonates with you, but also kind of comes from a very ancestral realm. So in the ancestors, I can see here that you do have a lineage that goes back to some really deep roots that are filled with a lot of tradition, that are filled with a lot of ancient practices. And I see that in 2022, you're honoring those more. And this is also something that infatuates your romantic partner with you a lot, because they really love the side of you that is connected to your ancestors and connected to your lineage. They love to learn something new about your traditions. I can see here in the shaman that especially ancient healing wisdom, that is what resonates with you in 2022. So if, for example, your family was known in history to be the ones who created amazing healing drinks or foods or just overall practices, know here in the shaman that you're going to pick those up. You're going to look into where your lineage originated from, and you're going to actually start to cultivate those practices and bring those into your modern life. Next up in Gaia, we have nurturing. So do know here that during the year 2022, you are going to be in a whole different playing field, in a whole different kind of mode where it's important for you to nurture not only yourself, but also those around you, those surrounding you. And do know here in nurturing that this is also a card that speaks of you taking the time out of the day to nurture plants and animals that you live with or that are a part of your life, and ensure that everything is taken care of appropriately. So you're planning ahead more than you did during the year 2021. Next up, we have your second house. Your second house speaks of physical security, your possessions, material values, and your self-worth. So the second house really is about the earthly realms. It is about your health. It is about earthly abundance in a way that affects your day-to-day life. So the decisions that you make financially, the choices that you make about your health and well-being, both emotionally as well as physically. And I can see here in the clover that rather than beating yourself up for maybe not have taken as good a care of yourself as you should have in the past, you're releasing any guilt that you have about money that you spent unwisely, or food or other substances that you have consumed that were not good for your body. And you're kind of clearing the slate for 2022, starting afresh, and also letting go of ancestral trauma, any type of generational curses that you may have experienced around money or around health. You're taking it into your own powers. You're taking matters into your own hands. So if, for example, in your family, there is some sort of mental or physical ailment that runs in the family, you're taking matters into your own hands, and you're realizing that if you just break the cycle by not having the same habits as your ancestors, which could be unhealthy eating, it could be smoking, it could be anything of the sorts, not moving enough, not being connected to nature, you're taking matters into your own hands, you're taking your personal power back, and you're writing your own story. Because really 90%, and this is scientifically proven, like 90% of so-called hereditary diseases are down to lifestyle choices. So we often have a lot more power than we think we do. Next up, we have the spaceship. So in the spaceship, I can see here that music is going to be an important part of 2022 for you. It's going to feel very empowering, and also singing with others is something that I see coming for you here. And if you're not super into music, then this may be a very foreign concept, but it's going to be fun. So think to yourself karaoke, think to yourself singing with other people who love music, singing along, spending time doing things where you're surrounded by amazing music. Next up, we have your third house, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind and communication. Those are all areas of your life that are affected by house 3. And here in connectivity to the shaman, all my beautiful Aries babies, I definitely want you to know here that childhood trauma is something that you will be looking at, that you will be dealing with. It will be sort of like the foundation of the healing that you're doing during the year 2022. And in Saturn, I can see that the feeling of struggling, of feeling restricted, learning hard work and patience, I see that these are all things that you're facing. And as soon as you kind of realize that things don't have to feel restrictive, that life doesn't have to be a struggle, that's when all of a sudden you will find a beautiful blossoming into life of you being able to open up and to experience life more effortlessly. Because I do see here in house 3 as well as Saturn that sometimes when you say to yourself that life is hard or you've had to learn so many things the hard way, then you just attract more of that into your life. Whereas if you just say to yourself that things can be easy and things can be kind of fun and witty and lighthearted for you, then you will attract more of that into your existence. But let's close off with the Pastel Journey Tarot. We have the Princess of Swords as well as the King of Cups. So these are two important people in your life during the year 2022. The King of Cups is someone who has water sign energy, so Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancerian energy. The Princess of Swords has air sign energy, so think to yourself Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy. The King of Cups is someone who is very authoritative, older than you, wiser than you, more mature than you are. They know where they're going in life. They're all set up. This may be someone who you're going to be in a romantic relationship with, but this could also just be a mentor and someone who understands where you're coming from and is trying to help you continue to level up. Princess of Swords shows me a friend, an acquaintance, someone who is most likely around your age or just mentally a little younger than you know, a little bit less mature, but they're fun, they're witty, they are very comedic, and they bring a lot of nurturing energy to your life. They bring a lot of energy to your life that makes you feel like you have someone to talk to and to open up to, and kind of like a safe space, kind of like a sanctuary where you can retreat to. So all of my beautiful Aries, this is your 2022 general prediction. I truly hope that you enjoyed this first reading and that you found it insightful. I will be doing readings that are specifically for your love life or specifically for your life path number. All of those are coming on my channel within the next weeks, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. And of course, don't forget to check out the Pastel Journey Tarot. The link is down below in the description box. You can scroll through this video to see more cards. We already used quite a few within this reading, but I have so many pictures and videos using the Pastel Journey Tarot, so you can check it out and be 100% sure that this deck resonates with you before you purchase it, so you know exactly what to expect. So all my beautiful Aries, thank you for being here. Know that I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello all my beautiful Taurus babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. So I'm going to get straight into it, starting off with the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Can you hear how this deck shuffles? It is just so effortless and velvety, satiny. It's hard to describe, but it's super beautiful to shuffle with, just like the Gentle Heart Tarot. And look at these holographic iridescent edges. Like this gilding, it is so on point. And we of course have some gilding right here. As you can see, the moon sparkles and shines. So do the little stars on the backs and the fronts of these cards. This is truly a beautiful deck that I would recommend for you strongly recommend for you to add to your collection, especially because there is only such limited availability as well of the first edition of this Pastel Journey Tarot deck, and they're all going to be signed if you order within the first 24 hours. So let's move into your 2022 prediction. First up, we have the moon. So one thing that I can see here in the moon is that you're following your intuition more and more during the year 2022. You're not listening to anyone else's input, anyone else's unsolicited advice. You are simply following your gut feeling and your intuition because you know that that doesn't lead you astray. And there were many situations in which you thought to yourself, man, if I had just listened to my gut feeling, then I would have not been in a tricky situation. And I see that moving forward, you're not questioning yourself anymore. The Knight of Wands does also show me here that a more creative side of you is coming out as a Taurus. You may feel like you are definitely patient, warm-hearted, and loving, but you may feel like very creative. You are not. That is something that you may sometimes go through. The feeling of seeing other people's works of art and thinking to yourself that you're not as creative, or maybe your work isn't as refined, but the Knight of Wands definitely shows me here that you have a lot more going for you in the creative realm and creative aspect of your life. The Three of Pentacles does show me here that some collaboration with other people is going to be part of any creative ventures that you're looking into. So think to yourself, if you're making music with others, if you're creating art, you're sharing it with loved ones, and just overall also learning from a mentor, learning from someone who inspires you to be more creative and allow for you to explore different creative outlets. Here in the Hierophant, I can see that spirituality or religion is going to be important in 2022 for you. And the Hierophant does also show me that why this is important is because you're looking for a way to feel liberated and supported. You do not want to be a part of any type of systemic pressure to adhere to a type of religion or a type of spiritual belief, whether it's like a new age type of confinement where everybody is meant to be a love and light, or whether it's a religious type of confinement where you feel like religion is being weaponized and being used to not allow you to be yourself. I can see here in the Hierophant that you're really questioning all of these systems, and you're deciding what's right for you intuitively, and you're not allowing for anyone to talk you into whatever doesn't feel like it truly suits. I can see here in nostalgia that during the year 2022, you are going to definitely have a lot of nostalgic thoughts and vibes. So some old childhood memories are going to come back up. You're going to meet up with people from long ago, from when you were a child, from when you were maybe in high school or middle school. And even if you didn't have a lot of friends, all my beautiful Taurus babies, I do want you to know here in nostalgia that some people are actually going to praise you for your accomplishments and seek out speaking to you again during the year 2022. Now, whether you want to give them a chance, that is a completely different story. But fact is, they're going to seek out being in contact with you. You can see in Homeward that taking yourself out a lot and doing a lot of things alone is what's coming for you during the year 2022. You're not going to wait for other people to spend time with you or to go out with you. If you want to get something done, you'll just go do it by yourself because you're confident like that. And in gray, I can see that some endings are inevitable, and you already know which endings those are. So the ending of you working a specific job that you don't like, the ending of you living in an apartment or certain part of town in a certain country that you just don't really vibe with. Do you know here in gray that these endings are inevitably going to come? In the Six of Cups, you are looking back at all of the experiences with happiness, with joy. 2022 is all about growth. It's all about being thankful for having known certain people and had certain experiences, but at the same time understanding that endings are inevitable and nothing lasts forever, and moving on to the new great thing, moving on to the next idea, to the next joyful thing that sparks a lot of hope, that sparks a lot of inspiration in you, and not having any regrets whatsoever. The Page of Diamonds does also show me here that you're looking into new ventures ventures in the earthly realm. So for example, starting your own business or getting into trading, getting into different ways of having a side hustle. And I can definitely also see here in the Devil that you need to look out for certain people targeting you to be a part of like a multi-level marketing thing, or having you on board of this like trading webinar where they teach you how to become a trader that like doesn't even need any other job. You know what I mean? All of these types of get rich quick schemes. But here in the Moon as well as homeward, do know that you can decide without asking anyone whether it is a true business opportunity or just someone trying to take advantage of you, because you just intuitively will know. You will have an intuitive gut feeling about it. So steer clear of anything like that, as I can see here in the Six of Swords, that your mental capacity and your intelligence is put to use in a way more positive way when you just focus on relationships in your life that make you feel whole, and also projects where you have a lot of passion. So I do see here in the Six of Swords, the Ace of Crystals, that you are going to move forward more on your own, okay? You're not going to be doing too many projects where there are other people involved. As I can see here in the Empress, the 2022 is really about you using your highest potential and using everything that you've got within you to create an amazing life for yourself, rather than feeling like you have to wait for an external influence to help you out with anything. I can see here within Leo that you have that self-confident, loyal and creative energy going for you. So even though you are maybe a Taurus sun or a Taurus moon, and do know here in Leo that Leo energy is oozing out of you during the year 2022. It's almost like a second sun sign for you, and lucky for you, this is a very creative and very self-confident sign that is really just giving us the confirmation that we need about your reading. And last but not least, in opposition, I can see here that there could be a point of tension or a power struggle with people who don't want to see you flourish to the degree that you will flourish during 2022. So if there is tension between you and other people, know that you are on the right track to success, because the people who truly want the best for you, there won't be any tension there. But anyone who has always harbored a little bit of resentment or jealousy or competitive feelings towards you, that will come to light during 2022. But that is great, because that means that you can simply weed those people out of your life and know everyone's true colors. So all of my beautiful Taurus babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a little bull emoji down below in the comment section to let me know. Furthermore, the links to my Pastel Journey Tarot deck are down below as well. Don't forget that if you order within the first 24 hours, your copy will be signed, which I have never offered before and won't come back, okay? This is a one-time thing, so make use of that. Thank you so much for being here and spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello all my beautiful Gemini babies, and welcome to your 2022 general predictions. So let's get straight into it. I'll be starting off with the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Oh, I just love the holographic gilded edges, as well as the details that are also holographic on the front and the back of the cards. Look at all these beautifully sparkly little stars everywhere. So I assure you, this is the easiest deck to shuffle on the market. It just shuffles so nicely and elegantly. Let's move into your reading. So we have the Nine of Cups. In the Nine of Cups, I can see here that you are going to be able to manifest more things than you thought you would be. So all my beautiful Gemini babies, there are lots of different choices here for you during the year 2022. And rather than choosing a specific choice, know that a lot will be available and accessible for you to run with and to make yours immediately. I can see here within the Devil that with so much bounty and goodness going on, you may be very prone to overspend overspending, to overexerting yourself, and to spreading yourself really thin during the year 2022, because money is flourishing, your emotional well-being has been strengthened, and you've overcome a lot of tough times from 2020 and 2021. So I do see here in the Devil that you can tend to party a little too hard. So in the Two of Pentacles, it's really about you finding that balance between fun and finding that balance between work, ensuring that you're not doing too many crazy things in your spare time and making yourself too tired, as I can see here in the Hierophant, that focusing on your internal well-being and also your spiritual life is an important aspect of 2022. So when you hit a difficult spot, or you're hitting a spot that kind of shows you like, hey, this is where my limit is. If I party and I'm out too long and I feel really tired the next day, maybe I did a little too much. Maybe next time I should go home earlier, or not have as much alcohol, or not stay up so late. So I can definitely see that it is kind of like a big learning experience, especially if you're finally able to go out and socialize again, whereas before there were restrictions on it. You're trying to find the balance again in 2022. And the spaceship, I can see here that you're being called to not be afraid to share with others what you're going through, to use your voice, and also to sing, especially if you're someone who has always loved music and maybe for some reason life got busy and you fell out of love with it. Get back into it in 2022. You have amazing musical talents and projects that can come towards you. Next up, we have the Storm. So I can see here in the Storm that you are truly realizing that every hurricane can come to an end, and it does come to an end, and that's exactly what 2022 signifies for you. The end of a difficult time, of a trying time, the end of a hurricane. In expectations, I can see that you're not seeking anyone's approval. From what you've learned throughout your life, you understand that if you seek for people's approval, you're literally just setting yourself up to be disappointed or to feel hurt, because you are most likely not going to meet or fulfill everyone's expectations, and that should be okay. As I can see here in the Stone people, that vigilance is way more important than fulfilling other people's expectations or making other people happy on your path and your journey. Remember, it's your path and your journey. You are the one who needs to feel happy with it. And I can see here within the Wolf that the year 2022 is going to be a very instinctual one, where you're coming back to your primal nature and you're coming back to instincts that have been buried deep within you, that are very ancestral, that are very much rooted in ancient practices that were passed down within your lineage. And I do see here within the cave that feeling safe and feeling like you're in a place where people understand you comes when you're being yourself, and when you're realizing who drifts towards you more when you're being yourself, and who kind of likes it better when you're playing a role, and allowing that to guide you when it comes to who you allow into your life. In the Wind, I can see an activation of some sorts within the year 2022. So this activation may have to do with just activating the I don't care attitude. And it's not that you don't care about things in life. You do care about some things very deeply, like the environment, like treating other people with kindness, but what you don't care about is to fit into a mold. And that is the type of activation that I can see here. As in the Two of Swords, you're hitting a crossroads in 2022 where you're just thinking to yourself, well, I either continue to confine myself to the standard of society, or I can just live my best life and know that I lived my life to its fullest extent. And I can see here in the Ace of Swords that 2022 is really a new beginning, also intellectually, emotionally, mentally, and it is a time for you to level up. As I can see here in the Queen of Cups, that you are taking back control over your emotions, over how you feel about yourself, your self-worth, your value, and not allowing for anyone else to tell you how valuable that you are or what you deserve. Here within the Judgment card, I can also tell that a big part of you looks back at 2020 or 2021, and you just think to yourself, who was I? Why wasn't I confident? Why did I not see the fire that I had within me all this time? And you're definitely coming to epiphanies and realizations that there is a lot of untapped potential within you, my beautiful Gemini babies. And 2022 is the year in which you're tapping into it relentlessly, unapologetically. So all of my beautiful Gemini babies, this is your 2022 general prediction that I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you're looking forward to upcoming predictions specifically about love or your career or your life path number for the year 2022. So stay tuned on my channel and all of my social platforms. Furthermore, don't forget to snatch your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck, because I do have this feeling that the first edition is going to be sold out really quickly, and also I'm going to sign every copy that is purchased within the first 24 hours of launch. So make use of this once in a lifetime opportunity. Thank you so much for being here and spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Cancerians, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. So I'm going to get straight into it. All you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy me using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck in order to get into your 2022 general predictions. Oh, just look at this holographic gilding and all the little details on the back, on the front. Make sure you grab your copy, all my beautiful fellow Cancerians. Know that within the first 24 hours of launch, the first 24 hours after this video goes live, I will be signing every single copy that is shipped out. So let's move straight into it. First up, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there are new earthly ventures coming towards you. Think a new job, think you starting your own business, and just overall doing something that you've never done before when it comes to your career. The Eight of Pentacles does show me that you're going to learn a new skill, and it is going to be a very time-consuming but fun one. So for example, learning to play a new instrument, learning how to trade, learning how to build your own business, or even have your own YouTube channel, your own social page where you offer services or share your skills with the world. I can see here within the Five of Wands that you're fighting back against any opposition in your life. You're a feisty little crab during the year 2022, and you're not to be messed with, and you're no longer going to put up with people who made you feel small, inferior, or insignificant. The Seven of Pentacles shows me here that you're planting the seeds early on in 2022 and just simply watching them grow. By planting the seeds, I mean learning a new skill, and then throughout the rest of 2022, after you've learned the skill, you're practicing, you're making sure that you're honing the skill, that you're refining it, and that you're getting it up to par in order for success to be the next thing, for success to be what comes up next in your journey, because success is really no coincidence. It's not about luck. It's all about discipline and believing in yourself. Next up, we've got the Ten of Cups. So in the Ten of Cups, I can see here that when it comes to your relationships, your emotional well-being, everything is on point. It's where it needs to be. You're in an amazing spot with love when it comes to friendships. The Ten of Cups is all about your emotional needs being fulfilled and feeling really happy about the relationships that are within your life. So 2022 is going to be very fulfilling emotionally, which is like music to every Cancerian's ears. Trust me, I am right there with you, all my beautiful crab brothers and sisters. Next up, we have the square aspect. So I can see here that a challenging situation and a mountain to climb is definitely a part of 2022, but it wouldn't be a good calendar year if there wasn't some sort of mountain to climb, right? And I can see here within the North Node that you are destined to have this mountain in your repertoire. You're destined to have climbed this mountain, to have overcome this difficulty. You're destined to make the best out of this challenging situation and end up in a place of success. Okay, next up we have House 2, which resonates really beautifully with the Ace of Pentacles. We spoke about things in the earthly realm. We spoke about things with a career, a side hustle, and the second house stands for physical security, possessions, material values, and your self-worth. And knowing here that it is going to be a challenging situation, but you will end up on top. That speaks beautifully to what we spoke about when we mentioned that discipline was important, when we spoke about success not being something that just comes due to luck, but it's all down to hard work, discipline, and sticking to something, not giving up. So I can see here within the flower, you're very honest with yourself during the year 2022, and that is mostly also what is leading you towards success, because you're not sugarcoating things. You're not giving yourself an easy way out. You're not telling yourself that you haven't hit success yet because you just haven't been lucky. You're working hard, and when things are difficult, when things are tough, you double down even more. You get into the mud, you roll up your sleeves, and you work through any challenge that comes towards you. In the voyage, I can see here that you already have all the answers that you need for 2022 within you. It's just about figuring out how to find that internal roadmap and landscape that lies deep within the ancestral roots that run through your veins as well. So do know here in Voyage that everything that you need, all of the wisdom, it runs within you, it lies within you. It's just important for you to find a way to uncover it. The Seven of Cups shows me here that while your emotional life, while your relationships are in an awesome place, you also have a lot of choices, especially if you're single. Do know here that you get to choose who you want to be with. And here in the Five of Cups, I can also see that to a certain degree, having these many choices, it can be a little stressful for you. It can leave you feeling like you're worried that you're hurting other people's feelings or making the wrong decision. So do know here within the Tower reverse that sometimes it's important to remind yourself that it's either you or them. So either you're going to end up in a relationship that you're not happy with while simultaneously like pleasing that person. Yes, you're not hurting their feelings, but you also don't really feel like the relationship is meant to be. You don't really feel comfortable in it. So it's either you please people at a disservice to yourself, or you please yourself and risk other people not liking it. And as a Cancerian, it can be very easy to fall into, you know, pleasing others while doing a disservice to yourself. But 2022 is the year that we're quitting that we're focusing on ourselves, our own personal growth and well-being, and that we're ensuring that we're fulfilling our own needs, meeting our own needs first. As I can see here in the Nine of Wands, you have learned your lesson about pleasing others, especially pleasing others who then find it hard to even say thank you, who don't even realize how much work and how much heart that you had to put in order to make things happen in their favor. So the Five of Swords shows me that you're building a barrier, that you're building a protective layer emotionally around the parts of you that are vulnerable, and you're not just giving people access to it so easily. You need to ensure that your heart is safe with whomever you share it with. So all of my beautiful Cancer babies, this is your 2022 general prediction. Do watch out for specific love predictions, for predictions that are based on your life path number, for lots of different readings that are coming for 2022 on my channel. So stay tuned for all of those bite-sized little pieces of wisdom. And also do ensure that you snatch your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Once again, within the first 24 hours of launch, I will be signing every single copy of this deck that is ordered. It comes with a guidebook, a magnetic box, a velvet pouch that you can store it in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. There is nothing like this deck on the market. Feel free to browse this video to see more of the cards of the Pastel Journey deck, just in order to ensure that you really vibe with the depictions and that they speak to you. So all of my Cancer babies, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. I can't wait for you to receive your very own Pastel Journey Tarot deck, and I'll speak to you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. So I'm going to get straight into it using my Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Can you see these beautiful holographic gilded edges? This deck is really one of a kind, and the quality of the cards is made to last. There are also more silver holographic details on the backs and the fronts of the cards. So this is truly a deck that I strongly recommend you add to your collection because you won't find anything like it out there. So let's move into your reading. First up, we have the Fool. So in the Fool, I can see that there are new beginnings coming for you for 2022. Thank God you get to leave the old behind. You get to leave anything behind that didn't serve you during the year 2021 or 2020. And I can see here in the King of Swords that rather than being afraid or worried, you have a lot of that extra confidence that you know is natural as a Leo, but maybe the last couple months and years stripped you of a little bit of your courage and a little bit of your personal powers. But now in the King of Swords, I can see that you're on a whole nother level, and 2022 is meant to be playful and fun, but at the same time, you're also really serious about leaving past traumas behind. The Five of Wands shows me here that anyone who tries to bring back the old or bring back unnecessary drama from the past is not going to be in good shape by the end of a conversation with you, because I can see here that you are not tolerating it, you're not okay with it, and you're not going to put up with it. In the Devil, I can see here for all my beautiful Leos that you have this shadow side to you that is going to be a part of 2022, and this shadow side is maybe a side that is very bossy, that is in a way also very pompous, and I can see here that your alter ego is making an appearance in 2022 in a way that it hasn't in a long time. But here in conjunction to the King of Swords, you've got it under control, and you also know when to put your alter ego in place in order to ensure that it just doesn't get out of hand, or that you don't all of a sudden start mixing up who you are with your alter ego. Next up, we have a Lavender. So I can see here in Lavender that you're surrounding yourself with love, with platonic friendships and relationships that bring you a lot of joy, compassion, and support. And these relationships are going to be like the foundation of your mental health in 2022. And I do see here within the Lighthouse that not doubting your worth is another thing that you're bringing back into your life. As a Leo, you are already more confident than most signs. However, even you have your days where you're unsure or where you're feeling a little down, where you're questioning yourself. But I can also see here with Lavender that the Lighthouse actually shows that you're surrounding yourself with friends and family who really uplift you and who give you a lot of confidence, to the point here in the Devil where you're maybe even a little overconfident, where you're maybe even a little bit cocky at times. So in the Witch, also do know here that being confident comes from this deep knowing that justice is coming. So if you were treated badly or wrongly, or you're in some sort of lawsuit that you know you shouldn't be in because you're in the right and the other person simply is trying to take advantage of you or isn't keeping their part of the equation up, know here that in 2022 justice is coming and justice will be served. So if you're in some sort of litigation process, and know that it will turn out within your favor. And the Dragonfly shows me here that the truth will emerge, and a lot of people are going to see the person in the wrong for who they are, see the organization that has mistreated you for who they truly are, and they're going to extend love and compassion towards you. So rather than sending hate or making this a hateful situation, I can see that you're going to receive more support than you ever have before. And this is definitely something that is not only necessary for 2022 for you, but it's also much appreciated by you. I can see here within Fire that all of that fire sign energy that you have within you is going to be ignited. You're feeling really passionate. You're feeling Like you can do anything basically. And I can see here in the summer solstice that 2022 is a year where you're just so radiant. All my beautiful Leo babies, there's no other way to put it. You're truly shining. You're truly allowing the heat of the fire sign that you are to build and to extend out into the world, into your friendships, and that heat to be very warming, to show your generous spirit and the fact that you're very broad-minded. You're also a very faithful and loving person, and the best parts of you in 2022 are those parts that other people are going to see and enjoy. In the Three of Pentacles, know here that working with others in a professional manner is going to quickly turn into a situation where it feels almost like too fun to be work. I can see that here within Lavender, that you're going to create some very close friendships with people in your professional life, with people who you're actually working with, and those friendships are actually going to result in either work being done really well or no work being done at all, because you're just chit-chatting and you're not really that focused on work. But I do want you to know here in the High Priestess that nevertheless in the year 2022, you have your eye on a goal, you have your eye on the prize. And I do want you to know here in the High Priestess that that is already a good thing, but it's also important for you to make sure that you study up, make sure that you spend as much time as you know you need to researching and learning and growing in your career. In the Judgment card, do know here that by the end of 2022, if you fail to do so, you're definitely going to have a hard time looking back at the year 2022. It's definitely going to sting a little bit. But you already know this now, all of my beautiful Leos. You already know this a year ahead. So make the most out of 2022. Don't get too carried away in gossip and chatter and spending time with friends. Yes, that does have a time and a place, but make sure that you don't spend so much time with friends that you end up completely forgetting about what you wanted to read into, what you wanted to level up in your life, and where you were headed next. Because sometimes friends can also hold you back. So all of my beautiful Leo babies, this is your 2022 general prediction that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section by leaving a lion emoji down there. Furthermore, don't forget to snatch your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. I am also going to be signing all of these decks that are ordered within the first 24 hours of launch. So if you're watching this video right as I published it, you are one of those people who can receive a signed copy of this deck. So make sure that you make use of this. And I do know that they're going to sell out so quick. The Gentle Heart Tarot deck sold out immediately, basically. So make sure that you grab your copy before it's too late, because it could be a couple months before it comes back, if it even comes back. Because man, that holographic gilding, it was really hard to find and really hard to do. So all of my beautiful Leo babies, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello all my beautiful Virgo babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. I'm going to get straight into your reading using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Look at these beautiful holographic gilded edges, as well as the details on the backs and the fronts of the cards that are all shiny and glistening. This deck shuffles so effortlessly, and I just love the sound. If you own the Gentle Heart Tarot deck, my first deck that I published, then you know what I speak of when I say these cards' quality is from another dimension. But let's move into your reading. First up, we have the Fool. So in the Fool, I can see that 2022 is going to be filled with lots of new experiences and lots of fresh energy. So there are many new beginnings coming towards you during the year 2022. And the Fool also shows me that you're having a lot of fun and that nothing is really phasing you during that year. Next up, in the Knight of Wands, I can tell that you are feeling a lot lot of creative spark as well as a lot of energy during the year 2022. So it's almost like you've picked yourself up from a slump, from a bit of a down, and 2022 is a year that you're not going to let pass by without a bang and without accomplishing some big things. In the Knight of Cups, I can see here that you're also paying close attention to your relationships and to your internal world, but you're experiencing a lot of new things, as already mentioned in the Fool, as the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups both have a lot of ambition. This shows that there is a lot of willpower to move forth, but at the same time, you're also figuring things out during 2022. It's not like the entire path is just laid out right before you and you know what to do every step of the way. You're kind of taking things as they come. Next up, in the Eight of Wands, I see quick forward movement. I see that overall 2022 is going to have a fast pace to it for you, all my Virgo babies, and you're going to find that the years just flies by, and that just looking back at 2022, you're like, where did the year even go? Next up, we have the Voyage. All the answers that you need are already within you. That is one thing that I see within the Voyage. You already have the roadmap for 2022 built within you. It's already in your system. It's just about how you can access the update to your software, so to say, and ensure that you know that you already have all the answers, because seeking for answers on an external plane can only work to a certain extent, but you have to turn inwards sooner rather than later. I see here in the Feather that it's important for you to think first before you judge. I want you to know here that for the year 2022, there are a lot of situations coming towards you where in the past you may have immediately judged, or you may have immediately already kind of made up your mind about someone or the situation. But for 2022, things are different. You are more open-minded. You're definitely giving people more time to prove themselves, but also giving yourself more time to explore different hobbies and different aspects of life before you judge whether it's for you or not. I can see here within the Wind that a part of you is activated that is right in with the quick movement, that is dialed in, that is ready to hit the ground running, and that isn't going to wait for anyone's approval. I see that with the Wind and the Eight of Wands, as you know exactly what you want, and why wait? You might as well just go for it, right? Next up, we have the Mountain. So in the Mountain, all of my beautiful Virgos, I can see a deep strength, and this inner strength is coming from finding that roadmap within you, from understanding that you have all the wisdom, that you have the intelligence in order to figure out what to do next and where you need to go next. And that is definitely something that's giving you more courage than you usually have. As a Virgo, you can tend to be a little bit modest, a little bit shy. You can be very much a worrier and very fussy about your own potential. But do know here within the Mountain and within the Voyage that during the year 2022, you're learning to trust yourself more and not question yourself so much or worry so much. In the Ceremony, know that you're going to have some sort of big ceremony in the year 2022 where you're invited into a group. So either, for example, finishing a big exam in the schooling that you're doing, and then finally becoming a medical practitioner or a licensed real estate agent, you know, just something where you're then part of a greater community, almost like a club, if you will, and you have worked hard to get there, and now you can finally call yourself an expert, a professional, however you'd like to call it. I can see here within the Ceremony that you're hitting a big milestone like that, where you are looked at as a person of authority in a certain field. And the Nine of Swords, I see that this comes with a lot of responsibility and also a little bit of worry from your side, all my beautiful Virgos. You want to do a good job. I completely get that. So it's not always so easy for you to be looked at as a figure of authority and as someone who has all the answers, because sometimes you don't feel like you have all the answers. But the King of Pentacles shows me that when it comes to making money, to making things economically feasible and viable, I can see in the King of of Pentacles, that you do have that aspect figured out, okay? When it comes to business and when it comes to your professional life, there's a reason why people look up to you, and it's because you know how to deal with people and you know how to make sure that you curate something for success. The star shows me here that there's a lot of hope for 2022 to actually be one of the best years of your life. I see that within the mountain, wind, and the ceremony, because you are finally hitting and reaching a big milestone where you're part of a community and things are moving very quickly. Do know here within the star that this is a quick year, but a memorable one for you. The Queen of Swords does also show me that when it comes to your intelligence, you're honoring it more. And while you do feel pressure from other people to perform, and you're of course always worried about whether you'll give people what they want, expect, or need, I can see in the Queen of Swords that you're finally stepping up to the plate and understanding that you are just as intelligent as everyone else. Whether as a kid you sometimes wondered whether you were as smart as others or as good as others, if you got a bad test result, you may have felt as though you're not as worthy as the other people who were surrounding you, who were in your class. Like everyone else was smarter and you were somehow the dumb one. But I can see here in the Queen of Swords that you're leaving those narratives behind, and in the Death card, yeah, you're basically decapitating those narratives, okay? You're bringing them to a standstill, to a hold, and you're not allowing them to have any breathing room or breeding grounds anymore, because you can just tell you're over it and that those narratives are not true. I can see here in the Princess of Swords that moving on, not judging yourself to that extent and not questioning or judging your intelligence, it is a new turf for you. It is a new way of life, but it's fun, it's exciting, it's bubbly, it's everything that you want it to be, but were maybe too self-conscious, modest, and shy to be in the past. But 2022 is a year of being that person you've always dreamt of being. So all of my beautiful Virgo babies, this is your 2022 general prediction that I have prepared for you. Do look out for other specific 2022 videos that I will be uploading within the upcoming weeks. They're just focusing on topics such as love, such as your career, so look out for those videos. And furthermore, keep in mind that if you order your Pastel Journey tarot deck within the first 24 hours of launch, so within the first 24 hours of me publishing this video, you will receive a signed copy. And of course, all of the decks come with guidebooks, magnet boxes, and velvet pouches to store them in. So all of my beautiful Virgos, thank you for being here and spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello all my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. So I'm going to get straight into your reading using the Pastel Journey tarot deck, of course. Just look at this beautiful holographic detail, and the same goes for the details on the back as well as the little sparkles on the front of the cards. But let's figure out what's coming towards your zodiac sign during the year 2022. First up, we have the Five of Pentacles. So all of my beautiful Libras in the Five of Pentacles, I can definitely see here that during the year 2022, you are going to be spending a little more than you maybe should, okay? So you're going to be very enticed by certain material things that you want to acquire, and I can see here within the Fool that that's actually going to trigger a response in you where all of a sudden you realize, hey, I don't really need these things, so instead of spending a bunch of money to buy things to impress people that I don't know or don't really care about me, that I don't really care about either, why don't I try something new? Why don't I turn a new leaf when it comes to the financial mindset that I have? So I can definitely also see you breaking some generational curses when it comes to the financial abundance that you're setting yourself up with. I can see within the Temperance card that rather than spending extravagantly or kind of buying things that you don't need, the Temperance card does show me here that you're going to pay closer attention to your spending habits, to what you actually end up spending the most money on every month and every single year, and trying to budget more, trying to be be a little bit more resourceful with what you already own rather than buying new things whenever you feel like it. So the Three of Swords, it does also show me here that this may result in you feeling like you've wasted a lot of money in the past. So the year 2022 is the year of the financial glow up and financial literacy for you, all my beautiful Libra babies. And I can see here within the Six of Swords that you understand that in order to really level up, you have to change your mindset when it comes to money and finances. And you're committed to doing that, so that isn't the issue. The most important thing for you is to really stick to the new ways that you're implementing and the new habits that you're trying to build. Next up, we've got the Storm. So in the Storm, I can see here that the year 2022 is going to be one where you feel like a storm or a hurricane has finally come to an end. So maybe 2020 and 2021 have been a little bit difficult for you, or you just found that those years weren't particularly healing or helpful. So I can see here within the Flower that when you're really honest with yourself, then you come to this conclusion and to this epiphany that, yeah, even though 2020 or 2021 may have been a little bit difficult, that of course difficulties will eventually come to an end and you will finally see that life can take an upward turn again and things don't have to be rocky. And I can see in the Flower as well as the Storm that you're definitely closing off on any pity parties that you may have had in the past. And the Thorns show me here that you're weaving together the crown that you deserve. So rather than allowing negative emotions to take a hold of you or to kind of infiltrate what you have built for yourself, you're actually putting yourself on a little pedestal, all my Libra babies, and you're taking what you deserve. You're not going to put up with anything that you can tell isn't for you or that is kind of below what you know you deserve, which is respect, love, and being treated in a kind and empathetic manner. And you're also holding yourself accountable during 2022, no longer allowing for pity parties to take over, no longer allowing for you to be easily influenced by other people. As I can see here within the Raindrops, that you're the type of person who takes a chance on people, okay? You believe in the good of humanity, and you also give a lot of people chances, especially romantically, that are maybe emotionally unavailable and that you know don't really deserve to have the time of day. And that's not because they're not a good person or anything like that. It's just that some people simply aren't for you. And if they show right from the start of the relationship or the connection that they're unavailable, flaky, and that they're not as respectful of you as they really should be, then that is a clear sign to actually not take a chance on that particular person, and it is your right to do so. In the Spaceship, I can see that during the year 2022, rather than spending time overthinking things romantically or giving anyone the time of day romantically who is not respecting you to the degree that they should, spend time with friends where you can let loose and really be yourself, as that serves you so much more than kind of giving someone the second, third, and soon 10th chance with your heart, okay? Nobody deserves to have that many chances when it comes to your heart, because you can tell if someone is really sorry about something that they've done and if someone is kind of just saying sorry because they feel like they need to. Next up, we have the Fool card. This is the Fool from the Gentle Heart Tarot deck, which is the first tarot deck that I ever published and authored. And this is actually the exact same card as the Fool from the Pastel Journey deck. Do know here within the Fool that this is a card that speaks of freedom and new beginnings. So the year 2022 is going to be really liberating. It's going to feel like a fresh start for you. And I can see in the Page of Cups that it's also a fresh start when it comes to these romantic relationships. And the universe and your guides, they are pleading for you to not pick the same person that you've picked in the past. Okay, so no more F-boys, no more F-girls, all my beautiful Libras. No more people who play with your emotions and play on your emotions, as I can see here in the World card reversed, that 2022 has the potential to be a really memorable year for you in the most positive sense. So don't let anyone get in between you and your happiness, you and exploring so much of life that is fun and exciting that you haven't been able to explore in the past. Take your personal power back, and also allow for yourself to know that having your sovereignty, that doesn't make you bitchy, that doesn't make you a bad person or someone who is aggressive or overly assertive. It actually just shows that you're taking the lead when it comes to where your life is going. Next up, we have the Eagle. So in the Eagle, do you know here that you're going to spend a lot of time with certain groups of people? So this could be work colleagues, it could be people who you're studying with, it could also just be a new group that you're joining. If you're, for example, going to like a fitness or a yoga class, if you're going to some sort of gathering where there are other people, I see in the autumnal equinox that you can release some social anxiety during the year 2022 as you're being more social than you've been in the past. And again, that also kind of helps you to not think so much about what you're going to purchase next or what you're going to get in the earthly realm next. It kind of lets you focus more on being in the moment and being mindful. The Ancestors card shows me that generational curses can be broken, and that is one thing that we spoke about when it comes to money habits. So if you've never had anyone in your family who is particularly wealthy, you are breaking that curse. The same goes for being famous. You are the one who is going to change that in your family. You're the first one. If you've never had anyone in your family go to university or college, things like that in the earthly realms when it comes to how you're perceived by society and also status, you are the one breaking through generational curses. So do you know that that is something that you're realizing and where you're really seeing the results of your hard work in the year 2022. Last but not least, in childhood, I can see here that your innocence, that your childhood trauma is something that you will be working through, and again that you're going to be working on breaking and changing as in connectivity to ancestors. This is trauma that has been going on for a long time, and you breaking it is not going to be easy, and you may actually have some opposing forces that you have to deal with, people who are questioning you, questioning why you're doing things the way that you're doing them. So do know here within a childhood that it's important for you to stay strong and to not let anyone gaslight you to feeling like you are too sensitive or you're overthinking things. Your feelings and your experiences are valid as they are, and that is the only way that you can work through it and get to a healthy place with past traumas and difficulties that you've been through. So all of my beautiful Libra babies, this is your general 2022 prediction. New beginnings as well as fresh money habits coming to you right at the start of 2022, facing the facts that maybe you've been overspending in the past and it would be better for you to be more mindful about your financial habits. I definitely also see a lot of freedom and a lot of new ways of dealing with people when it comes to romantic and platonic relationships. So all my beautiful Libras, I really do hope that you enjoyed this reading. Also do make sure that you get your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. It of course comes with a guidebook, and you can scroll through this video as well as through my website to see more photos of the actual product. And if you order within the first 24 hours of me publishing this video, so basically the launch, you will receive a signed copy, and this is something that I've never done before and won't be offering anytime soon again. So if you would like a signed copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck, then make sure that you act quickly. So all of my beautiful Libras, thank you so much for being here and spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. I'm going to get straight into your reading, of course, using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. What else would I start this reading off with? Look at this amazing holographic detail on these cards, and it of course has the same little details on the back. Look at the moon. Oh, absolutely love it, as well as all of the glistening little stars on the individual card fronts. But let's move into your reading, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, so we can get an idea and a feeling for what's going on for you during the year 2022. First up, we've got the Eight of Cups. So in the Eight of Cups, I can see here that you're walking away from relationships that are unsatisfactory, that maybe during the year 2020 or 2021 you would have held on to for longer, but not in 2022. All my beautiful Scorpio babies, you are feeling empowered to leave behind anyone who gives you a kind of meh feeling and doesn't seem to put the effort into the relationship that you really deep down inside and intuitively know that they should. Next up, we have the Star. You're very hopeful of the future, and not just hopeful in a sense of hoping that you will be able to replace anyone who you kind of allowed to walk out of your life or who you kind of distance yourself from, but also hopeful knowing that if you just stick to your guns and you allow yourself to really lean into your self-worth and what you know that you deserve, that there will be someone there who is able and willing to honor it, and not just willing to, but happy to, and wants to provide you with all of the things that you deserve within the relationship. I can see within the Six of Cups that emotionally speaking, and when it comes to your relationships, you're definitely sharing, giving. You are all over the different connections within your life, as to you it's really important not only to establish connections but also to maintain them and to keep friendships going and keep friendships really strong. In the Knight of Swords, I also see here that for the year 2022, you are the type of person that people love to have on their team when it comes to business, when it comes to getting tasks and jobs done, because you're unafraid to say how you feel. You're unafraid to simply state some facts and speak some truths, even if certain people don't like it, even if it comes off as offensive to some. You are the type that isn't afraid to say what needs to be said. So the villain feeds in really naturally and beautifully with the Knight of Swords, and what we just spoke about with you not being afraid to speak up. The villain here shows me that you can always rewrite that story. Some people will want to make you the villain no matter what you do, and then of course it's not worth your time or your energy, all my beautiful Scorpios, trying to rewrite that narrative or that story. There will simply be people who don't like you, and you cannot change their mind, and it's not worth you losing any sleep over that or trying to change those people's minds. Little side story, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, I have definitely had teachers in the past who simply didn't like me. It didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter that I just basically like opened up to them and said, look, I don't know what it is that went wrong in this relationship, but I definitely want you to know that I like respect your teachings and I'm here to learn, and I would just like to know why you're singling me out and why you are kind of exposing me in front of the entire class. And even when trying to approach someone like that and just trying to make the relationship better, like for me, it just didn't help at all. It actually just showed those teachers that I noticed that they didn't like me, and that somehow gave them more satisfaction to do even more mean things. That is where I can see here in the villain that you have a similar relationship in 2022 that you will be facing, where someone has created a narrative about you in their head, and it doesn't matter how hard you try, they want to live out that narrative, and it's important for you to just not self-care and not let that get in the way of your success, of where you're headed, and of all of the goals that you've set out for yourself. I can see here within gray that endings with those types of peoples are inevitable. So those types of human beings may be in a position of power for a little bit. You know, it could be a coworker or a boss or a teacher, as I told you in my case. And yeah, they may be in that position of power and abusing that for a little bit. But endings are inevitable when it comes to that, and they're not always going to be able to treat you that way. And it is important for you to remember that if you need something from someone, then there's not always any point in you seeking justice in that very moment when they have the upper hand. If they're already abusing it, trust me, they'll do it even more if you call them out. But just playing their little game, playing along, allowing them to feel powerful. And as soon as things change, as soon as they no longer hold any type of meaningful purpose in your life, you get to walk away, you get to do your own thing, and you get to say thank you, no thank you, and see you never. Next up, we have nostalgia. So in nostalgia, I do see you during the year 2022 focusing on being mindful, focusing on the here and now, spending a lot of meaningful one-on-one time with friends and family, and doing so phone free. So not allowing for emails or phone calls or texts to interrupt that, and really actually finding that alone time is super sacred to you. I can see within the shark that it's important for you to swim away from any situations where, again, you feel as though you're not being appreciated, or you're even downright being abused or treated unfairly by certain people. So the shark definitely does show me that for 2022, you must empower yourself to walk away from relationships that not only don't serve you, but are also just in a way a little bit abusive, and in a way just unfair. 2022 is just not that vibe for you, all my beautiful Scorpios. You are very determined. You are a sign that is intuitive, that is magnetic, and you deserve to be around people who cherish and appreciate that in you. Next up, in the winter solstice, you're doing a lot of reflection during 2022, which is great. You're learning a lot about yourself and your inner world. And I can see here within the green man that you're also kind of finding that there are a lot of connections within your life that you didn't notice before. Like, for example, if you're exposed to a situation with someone who clearly just doesn't like you as much, or has some sort of issue with who you are as a person, then you find that your whole day is kind of affected by that. Or if you wake up early in the morning and you check your phone and you see some upsetting news on, you know, just news, television, news outlets, that already affects your days negatively. I can see here in the green man that you're noticing these connections and you're making it a point to sever as many of them as you possibly can. For me, what I do is not even check my phone early in the morning. I ensure that I spend the first hour of the day phone free. So anything that hits me after that 1 hour, I'm already prepared. I have meditated, I've done my yoga practice, I've taken a shower, I've had a little snack, and I'm ready to take on anything, and it's not going to affect or completely cloud my day for that moment. Next up, we have the fog. So in the fog, I can see here that there are a lot of veiled things for you in 2022. And I see here in the whale that it's all about you breaching. It's all about you uncovering what is veiled and kind of opening up those secrets, kind of going deeper than you've ever gone before. And ooh, okay, we have the tree, and I can see that that's a very grounding practice for you. So going deeper than you've ever gone before is going to leave you feeling in control. It's going to leave you feeling like you know what's going on, and also like you've explored some depths that have given you more stability in your life. I do see here within the forest that you will also find it way easier for you to be able to breathe during 2022. And I know that this sounds really weird, but even right now, if you pay attention to how you're breathing, are you taking deep belly breaths, all my beautiful Scorpio babies? Are your lungs really being filled, and is your stomach distending out and allowing for you to take those deep breaths, or are you breathing in a very shallow way? The breath is basically your connection to life, to being alive. So the quality of your breath is way more important than a lot of us notice. So if the quality of your breath is very shallow, if it doesn't deliver your body a lot of oxygen over the years, that is actually going to really affect your body. So do know here within the forest that 2022 is like a breath of fresh air for you, and also quite literally a year in which you learn to breathe. Ooh, next up we have Scorpio. So this reading is confirmed to truly be yours. As a Scorpio, you are intense. You are the type to expose anything that does not represent the truth. You're all about purging and renewing. And 2022 is that Scorpio adjacent year for you, where all of the positives and all of the strengths of your zodiac sign are being highlighted and are being supported. So do know that 2022 will have different tricky situations that you will be able to deal with and overcome. But 2022 is also a lot about simply learning to live with the fact that you can't please everyone, and there's no point in trying to please everyone, and focusing on yourself and all of the connections in your life that are healthy and the ones that could be dealt with in a healthier manner. Really just optimizing your existence, your life, your breath, grounding yourself, and ensuring that you're living the healthiest, most fulfilled life possible. So all of my beautiful Scorpio babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I will be posting more 2022 predictions, some that are specific for love and other topics, so look out for that. Furthermore, don't forget to snatch your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. As already mentioned, this deck is not only one of a kind, but if you order within the first 24 hours, you also get a signed copy of the Pastel Journey, which is something I've never done before. So take advantage of this opportunity to add this beautiful tarot deck to your collection. And I can't wait to receive your feedback on the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. So thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. So I'm going to get straight into it, of course, using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Oh, I absolutely love this holographic detail on the sides as well as the backs of the cards. Look at that sparkle. Look at that beautiful crescent moon. And look at these beautiful sparkles all across the cards. I am just obsessed with the Pastel Journey. It is such a unique deck and it is so fun. It definitely brings a lot of joy and positive energy to every reading. So let's move into your 2022 general prediction, shall we? First up, we have the star. So all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, you are naturally very optimistic, very freedom loving, you're honest, straightforward, and you're also very philosophical. So 2022 is going to serve you well, as I can see here within the star, that your optimistic nature is going to continue to flourish, thrive, and be fed by having positive people around you. I can see here within the Judgment card that 2022 is going to be a year where you're generally a little harder on yourself than necessary, and that you just expect a lot out of yourself. So it could be that you're receiving more responsibilities in life and in your career, so you kind of really expect a lot out of yourself. And I can see here within the Four of Pentacles that because of that, you're also very careful with any business moves that you're making. You don't want to risk anything. You don't want to do anything wild or crazy. And I get that. But at the same time, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, remind yourself of the fact that when you have spent a lot of your life learning something, studying something, and just overall becoming an expert in a certain field, take that confidence and apply it, okay? Never allow for anyone to make you feel like you don't know what you're doing or talking about. If you have, for example, been making music for a long time, if you have been running businesses for a long time, if you know a lot about plants, about animals, don't take someone else's advice who has only heard a little snippet of information about a topic that you have been obsessed with for a long time. Remind yourself of your inner strength, my beautiful Sagittariuses. So in the strength card, I do also want to remind you that strength comes from within. It's not something that you can find in an external source, and strength is also not something that is depicted in your exterior body, okay, in your external appearance. The King of Pentacles shows me here that by the end of 2022, you're definitely going to have grown a lot when it comes to your confidence, but the road there can feel a little bit rocky. So by the end of it here, towards the end of 2022, you will find that you are a completely different person when it comes to business. You are not the type of person who's going to let anything slide that is even close to someone kind of messing with you or screwing you over. As I can see here within the shark, that you just completely swim away from those situations. You don't even allow them to come near you. So if you have any family members, for example, that want to lend money from you or trying to get you into this great business opportunity, which is actually just like a multi-level marketing scheme or something like that, you're simply not even engaging with that situation. You're all about real money moves. You're all about real professional career upgrades in your life, and you want those results. You're definitely not going to be okay with any type of business practices that are shady, and that is something that you're keeping far, far away from yourself. I can see here within the morning that you are refining a morning routine that you already have, or creating a completely new routine during the year 2022. And what that means is ensuring that you set yourself up to win every single day. And everyone's morning routine is a little different. Just to share with you what my morning routine is, I like to get up early. That just makes me personally feel very productive. I like to go outside for a walk with my dog, so I have that crossed off of my list as well. I like to do a little bit of yoga, meditation, take a shower, and make myself ready for success each and every day like this. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I don't want to go out. Sometimes it's snowing, it's raining. I mean, Switzerland can get really cold. So do know here in morning that it's not the easiest thing, but once you're disciplined enough to stick to it, the results as well as the benefits that come with sticking to your routine are really unmatched by anything else. I can see here within the spaceship that your guides are trying to communicate to you not to be afraid to sing, to say how you feel, and to be very outspoken with friends and family during 2022, especially if you've been keeping a lot of things to yourself. Know here in lavender, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, that your angels want you to surround yourself with love, and also to truly invoke yourself into beautiful brotherhood or sisterhood of having platonic relationships that feel so deep, that feel so fulfilling, and that have you feeling really safe. You don't have to be with someone in a romantic relationship in order to feel taken care of, or in order to surround yourself with love. Sometimes platonic relationships can do so much more for you than romantic ones ever could, because you know that those people are with you because they genuinely want to be with you, not because they're getting something out of you romantically. I can see here within the eagle that communion and overall ensuring that you're spending time with people who are oh so strong, who are like-minded, people who allow you to express yourself however you see fit, is an important aspect of grounding you during the year 2022, and also kind of removing anyone who is sneaky out of your life. As I can see here in the Four of Pentacles, that in the past you may have been betrayed when it comes to money, or you may have lent someone a item, a material item, and never gotten it back, or you got it back and it was completely disheveled and broken. So I can definitely see that those types of relationships are being weeded out of your life because you need trust and you need stability, and that's what 2022 is about for you. The winter solstice shows me here that 2022 also has a lot to do with reflection. As a Sagittarius, you're someone who is very honest and straightforward, but it can sometimes be hard to be honest with yourself about your shortcomings or the areas of life in which you struggle. So do know here that in the winter solstice, as well as in your morning, that you will be able to create the best mornings for yourself if you're just honest about what you crave, what you like, what makes you feel proud, and what makes you feel lethargic. I had to be honest with myself and say to myself, getting up at say 8 a.m., it just doesn't work for me. I have to get up earlier in order to feel productive. I have to get up at 5, 6 a.m. at least in order to feel good every single morning. But you may be someone who loves to get up at 8 or 9, and that just makes your day feel awesome. The most important thing here in love is all about that compassion. It's all about also giving yourself compassion, not putting yourself down, because maybe your routine or your life in 2022 isn't as conventional or looks very different from other people's lives. Have compassion for the fact that you have your own individual needs and that those may not always be represented in mainstream culture. The wolf shows me here that you're following a very instinctual path during the year 2022, and you're not really fazed by anything other than, you know, your instinct ticking you off. It doesn't matter what type of things the news is saying. It doesn't matter what other people are trying to say. You are following your instincts and your intuition completely. As I can see here in Metamorphosis, that there is profound change that's coming for you that leads to self-awareness. So Metamorphosis definitely shows a complete transformation of who you were during the year 2022. In the Tower, I see that you will have to break down who you currently are. There will be disruption, there will be conflict, there will be fights, there will be squabbles. You may have lots of misunderstandings with other people, but in the end, we have the Three of Cups for you, which stands for compassion, happiness, celebrating with other people, celebrating all of the accomplishments of 2022, all of the things that you've gotten through, that you've grown from. So do know here that 2022 is going to be full of emotion, full of passion, full of different experiences, but in the end, everything will work out for you, and you will find that it has actually been a year of complete growth as well as strengthening of relationships. So all of my beautiful Sagittarius babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Don't forget that if you order the Pastel Journey Tarot within the first 24 hours of watching this reading, you will receive a signed copy that I personally have signed for you. So make sure that you get this beautiful deck before it sells out. Thank you so much for being here and spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Capricorn babies, and welcome to your 2022 prediction. So I'm going to get straight into your reading using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. Oh, look at those sweet, sweet holographic gilded sides, as well as this beautiful crescent moon and all of the little glimmering stars. The fronts of the cards also have these beautiful details to them, and they're all like individually made with a lot of love for detail. But let's move into your reading to figure out what's coming towards you during the year 2022. First up, we have the Four of Cups. So in the Four of Cups, I can see that you're pretty dismissive of anyone trying to make you feel like you're the second choice. I can see here in the Four of Cups that you're not okay with that. If anyone tries to offer you something that you're not happy with, like for example, not messaging you back in a timely manner, or only wanting to hang out with you when it's convenient for them. It's a hard no for you, all my beautiful Capricorn babies. As I can see here in the Ace of Swords, you're on a completely new train, on a completely new beginning. The Ace always signifies a new start, a new beginning. And the Suit of Swords is the suit of your mental realm, is the suit of communication and your thoughts. And I can see here that you're being very blunt. You're being very real with anyone who you feel is just treating you like a second-class citizen, or kind of treating you like the second choice when they don't get exactly what they want. So in the Tower, do know here that any relationship that is not built on reciprocity, on mutual trust, respect, and understanding, it's going to fall apart, and it's not going to be a relationship that makes it through the year 2022. So if you're seeing anyone right now who is ghosting you, or who is just treating you in a way that makes you feel, they're not going to be with you throughout 2022. But I do see here in the Princess of Cups that a water sign, someone who is either a Cancerian, Scorpio, or a Pisces and has strong energies of those within their birth chart, is going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of love and support during the year 2022. I can see here in the Ten of Swords that when you're feeling down and out, when you're feeling like crying, when you're just feeling like you've been backstabbed and like you're going through way too much for one person to deal with, you will have this friend, this platonic relationship by your side to always support you, to always be there for you, and to show you what it really means to be cherished and loved. I can see here within the Villain that during the year 2022, you are completely rewriting the narrative and the story that you have of yourself. So maybe in the past you've had a story of yourself about you not being productive or not being smart, not being beautiful. I see you rewriting that story and completely moving away from it. As in the sundress, you're doing things for you. 2022 is the year of the Capricorns doing things for themselves. You can definitely feel kind of a little bit like holding a grudge with people who you've spent a lot of time pleasing, because often you don't even give yourself that time of the day. But 2022 is different. You're no longer going to inconvenience yourself if it costs you your peace, your sanity, and your happiness just to make someone else happy. I can see here in the tree that rather than burning down your own house or burning down your own happiness, your own self-respect, and your own energy, you would rather just let anyone go who expects that of you, or who thinks it's okay for you to please them first while doing a disservice to yourself. You're moving far away from those relationships. 2022 is meant to be effortless for all my beautiful Capricorn babies. It's meant to flow freely. It's meant to be like this waterfall, like water working its way down a waterfall. I can see here in the summer solstice that 2022 is also going to entail a glow up for you. As you can see here in the summer solstice, we have this glowing radiance of the sun, very fiery energy that puts you at the center of attention. So when you enter a room in 2022, you have this very radiant energy about you, and it is undeniable to anyone around you. As I can see here within the ocean, that this comes in ebbs and flows. And during the year 2022, you definitely have one of those years where you are just sparkling, you're just shining, and overall you look really good physically as well. It's one of your most beautiful years on a physical level. In the Dragonfly, I can see in Emergence that you're spending a lot of time diving deep as well. So because you're happy with your physical appearance, it kind of leaves you more time to dive more deeply into your soul and your spirit, because you're not overthinking your looks. And it's quite ironic how something like your physical appearance actually helps you dive deeper spiritually, as you're not paying that close of attention to your physicalities during the year 2022. In Venus, I can see that this aspect of your birth chart is affected. This is the aspect of giving and receiving love, finding value and seeing beauty. No one can tell tell you anything during the year 2022, all my beautiful Capricorns, you know that you have inner and outer beauty, and you're not going to question it. You're simply going to live it. Next up, we have your 5th and 1st house. In your 5th house, we have your passion, we have confidence, creativity, and I can see here that during the year 2022, that is fed, that is on an all-time high. And in your 1st house, we're speaking of your individuality, your self-image, as well as your approach to life, which I can see here within the ocean, the summer solstice, as well as the tree, that you're letting go of any type of disbelief in your inner beauty. You're letting go of anything that does not speak towards your radiance and does not speak towards the energy that you're bringing into 2022, which is powerful, which is very much positive, which is very much compassionate and kind towards yourself. And just overall, 2022 is really a year of rewriting your own story and doing so very effortlessly. Anything that takes too much energy, time, or effort is not going to be seen through by you. You are more about going with what feels right and what flows beautifully. And because you're having a year of a glow up, you're having a year of physical beauty, it actually makes you a lot less superficial because you're not stressing out about your physical appearance. So you have more time to really deal with what's deep within you. So all of my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is a reading that I received for you, the general prediction that I received for 2022 for you. Don't forget to order your Pastel Journey tarot deck now, as if you order it within the first 24 hours of me publishing this video, you will receive a signed copy of this absolutely stunning tarot deck. It of course comes with a guidebook, with a magnet box, and also a velvet pouch for you to store it in. So check that out down below in the description box. This is a deck I've been working on for a year and a half, and I know each and every one of you will be so pleased upon receiving this. So thank you for being here, my beautiful Capricorns, and know that I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. I'm going to get straight into it, of course, using the Pastel Journey tarot deck. Oh, this is so stunning. Let's move straight into your reading so we can figure out what is coming towards you during the year 2022. Let's get into it. We have the King of Cups. So in the King of Cups, I can see here that you're finding yourself feeling very mature, feeling very much in control of your emotions, and also in control of the relationships of your life. There's no relationship that makes you feel uneasy or that makes you feel like you don't belong. I can see here within the 10 of Cups another confirmation for happiness, for bliss, for feeling like you have everything that you desire emotionally. So relationships that are fulfilling are completing your life for 2022, and you're not worried about romantic or platonic relationships, as everything is working out beautifully for you. Next up, we have the Queen of Cups. So in the Queen of Cups, I can see here that there is also a very nurturing person within your life, someone who brings you a lot of joy, but also is real with you. They're also honest with you. So they're caring and loving in a way that actually serves everyone involved, as I can see in the Emperor, that they will always be straightforward with you. And the Emperor does also show me that they want the best for you. They want you to be able to plan ahead in life and to be the king of your own kingdom, to allow for yourself to feel like the emperor or the queen looking over your own empire. So I can definitely see here within the Emperor that you're also doing a lot more organizational tasks in 2022 that are serving you as a whole. Wow, the King of Pentacles, a more authoritative energy. We had the King of Cups, now we have the King of Pentacles. Let me tell you, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, you are definitely causing a lot of people to hold their breath, as your energy is really strong, really authoritative, especially if you are kind of like a manager or in charge of certain tasks and projects. People are low-key a little bit afraid of you because you know what you want, you know where you want projects projects and businesses to go, and you're not afraid to make that known. I can see here within the library that you're also taking control of your own narrative and you're bossing up a lot more. As an Aquarius baby, you are very friendly and honest and loyal, but at the same time, you're nobody's puppet, and you're not going to allow anyone to pull the strings behind the scenes or even in front of the scene, if you know what I mean, and to kind of make you feel like you have to do whatever they say. You're not with that. The year 2022 is the year of your emancipation, all my beautiful Aquariuses, and I can see in the library that you are completely owning yourself as well as your narrative and your future. In the protest, I can see that you're starting a revolution. You're once again the cause for a lot of changes in 2022, which is a very natural thing for Aquariuses. In case you didn't know, as an Aquarius, you are very original, you're very inventive, and you're that person to come up with ideas that change the world. You are that person to stand up for the underdog, to stand up for social justice, and actually create real changes within societies. So in protest, don't be surprised if you not only attend a protest, but maybe are even the person who gets the conversation started on social injustices and other types of topics. I can see here within ancestors that your ancestors would be proud, okay? Deceased loved ones would be so proud seeing you during the year 2022 as you are doing some amazing work, and the summer solstice shows me that you are radiating due to that, because you're doing such meaningful work, because you're putting yourself out there and you're fighting for good causes, you're fighting for what's right. That type of positive energy is just radiating all through you, and it's like the universe is giving you that extra bit of energy, that extra bit of love, because you have put yourself in a situation that could have gone left for you just in order to stand up for others, which is beyond brave. I can see in the iceberg that you are very quickly going to become submerged in whatever catches your attention and whatever you feel infatuated by. So whether that is a topic that has to do with social justice, whether that is another human being or a hobby, you're going to be able to lock yourself in your space and your room for a very long time without coming out, because you're just doing your research, you're doing your due diligence, and you're learning. It could, of course, also be music, but do know here that generally speaking, music has a profound impact on your life during the year of 2022, and you will have lots of soundtracks that remind you of this calendar year specifically by the end of it. The winter solstice shows me that you're doing some deep reflections during the year 2022, and that reflection is also resulting in you holding yourself accountable for mistakes that you may have made in the past, but making it very clear with friends and family that you want people around you who hold themselves accountable as well. You're not just going to hold yourself accountable and everyone else is saying that they never made a mistake or everything that they did was all fine and dandy. I can see here in the autumnal equinox that 2022 is really like a big therapy moment in your family. It's like a big therapeutic type of moment when it comes to past generations as well, because you're finally talking about childhood trauma. You're finally bringing up things that nobody else wanted to talk about, that everyone else felt too uncomfortable to bring up. You're not afraid, and as an Aquarius baby, this only makes sense. And I do see here within yin that actually your feminine side is really coming out there, and that is unusual. As an Aquarius, you have far more masculine energy, but do know here that your intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity is on an all-time high during the year 2022. So make use of that as you are more understanding of emotions. It is more clear to you why people feel certain ways and react certain ways, and maybe in the past that was a bit more difficult for you to read other people's feelings. But I can see here with Earth that you are going through a year where you have a lot more patience than ever before. And also practicality is important to you. So yes, you are the innovator. You are the star of 2022 who is at the forefront, fighting for justice, fighting for what is right, making those big changes in our society. But at the same time, you're definitely becoming a lot more patient, and you're definitely making sure that the solutions or the approaches to the things that you're trying to change and correct make sense, are feasible and practical for everybody involved. So all of my beautiful Aquarius babies, this is your 2022 prediction that I have prepared for you. I will be uploading specific love readings and other 2022 predictions on my channel within the next week, so make sure you look out for that. Furthermore, don't forget to order your Pastel Journey tarot deck. If you order within 24 hours of this video going live, you will receive a copy signed by myself, and this is something that I usually never do. Well, I haven't done it with the Gentle Heart Tarot, so this is really special. So make sure that you grab your copy within the first 24 hours. So all my beautiful Aquarius babies, thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to your 2022 general prediction. I'm so excited to figure out what is coming towards your sign during the year 2022. Let's get straight into it. First up, we have the volcano as well as the cave. The world is kind of going to be really volatile. There's a lot of explosive energy, a lot going on. People on different fronts of politics and society kind of fighting with one another, and I can see here in the cave that you are simply retreating into your little sanctuary. You have your house, your room, your living space where you are creating a space that is just safe from all the madness and craziness. And you may have already done this during 2020 or 2021, but do know here that in 2022, you're taking this even more seriously. When you want to watch the news or you want to know what is going on in the world, you will seek out the information. But what you're not going to do, all my beautiful Pisces babies, is to allow negativity to infiltrate your system, to infiltrate your personal space. You are going to choose when you turn on the news, when you switch on the radio, when you use Instagram, when you expose yourself to media that is so volatile and often filled with a lot of energy that is hard to digest and hard to deal with. Moving forward, I'm using the Pastel Journey tarot deck. Oh, this is just one of a kind. Like, even just comparing it to the first deck I used, like, this is like the unicorn deck. This is glowing, and you know, other decks are pretty too, but I must say that I love my Pastel Journey tarot deck so much, and it stands out beautifully. I can't wait for all of you to receive your signed copy who order within the first 24 hours of this video. Next up, we have the Queen of Cups. So in the Queen of Cups, I do see that for the year 2022, you're feeling more confident than ever before. The Queen of Cups is the queen of water signs, water elements, which resonates beautifully with you, all my beautiful Pisces babies. And I want you to know that while you're still caring and nurturing, and of course you care about what other people are going through and what's going on in the world, at the same time, you're mature enough to know that you have to sometimes give yourself, well, every single day, give yourself a little bit of the best of you, or else you only have what's left of you. So you can't always just give the world the best of you and you just have the leftovers, whatever anyone else did not want. I can see in the King of Cups that you have authoritative, strong energy. When you put yourself out there, people listen. When you enter a room, heads turn. The King of Cups definitely shows me some strong energy. It definitely shows me that you did not come to play during the year 2022. And the Wheel of Fortune shows me a good fortune for the year of 2022. It shows me that there are a lot of amazing opportunities, and you can spin the wheel multiple times a year, reset, try again, and allow yourself to create a life that you're proud of. The Five of Pentacles does show me here that you are going to spend a significant amount of money, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be sad. It just means that you're going to make a bigger investment, such as buying an investment property, purchasing a vehicle, purchasing some sort of stocks, and you'll feel like, oh, you wish you had that money, but at the same time, you know that it was an opportunity that was really mature and wise for you to take advantage of. I can see within the Knight of Pentacles that there is a lot of learning going on for you when it comes to how to make money, start a business, a side hustle, and just overall be a boss, all my beautiful Pisces, as the Four of Pentacles does also show me here that you're not playing anymore when it comes to your professional life, your career, or your money. You're holding on to it and only investing in things that make sense to invest in. You are not buying silly things or spending money on quote unquote silly things anymore. You're being very real, very grown up with your money, and it is definitely something that you have learned from maybe even living like paycheck to paycheck. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a lot of money. There are people who have significant amounts of money, but they never properly invest it. They never properly put it in a place where it makes more money for them. They just spend all their money every single month and live paycheck to paycheck that way. It is not simply just an issue that people deal with who don't make huge amounts every single month. I can see here within the Tower that you're unplugging, you're relaxing, and you're not allowing for monetary things to stress you out because you have a plan. As we spoke about here in the Knight of Pentacles, you're learning a lot when it comes to investments. You're learning a lot when it comes to being financially literate. And this really puts you at ease and allows you to chill when you invest in something and when you start to save more and more money. In the Garden, I can see here that you just know something amazing is going to grow from you being mature during 2022. Something amazing is going to grow for the future, and just you holding yourself accountable and you rather choosing delayed gratification over instant gratification is going to bear a lot of amazing fruit and results. I can see in the Evil Queen that you are finally empowering yourself to be of the mind that you deserve sugar, not salt. And it's not just always empowering yourself to protect yourself from other people or other people not giving you what you deserve. Sometimes you're not giving yourself what you deserve, and that is what I see you calling yourself out for during the year 2022. All my beautiful Pisces babies, you are reminding yourself that you deserve the sugar, not the salt. It may look the same, but it's very different, and you're giving yourself that sweet glucose rather than depriving yourself of it. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. So 2022 is going to be a completely new mindset and a way of thinking. It's almost like you've been reprogrammed. It's like there have been updates to your system, and I can see here within the Sun that this is leaving you feeling really happy. It's leaving you feeling like you're finally ahead of the curve, ahead of the game, and you're no longer just limping behind, living paycheck to paycheck or worrying about things all day long, such as money. The Six of Crystals shows me that you will be victorious in the year 2022, that out of amazing ideas, creativity, as well as you putting stamina and energy behind things, you will be able to enjoy all of the fruit of your labor, and you know that something amazing will come from your investments as you have done a lot of great research. The King of Diamonds confirms it. The King of Diamonds is the king of the element of earth. The element of earth corresponds to everything that has to do with money, finances, health, because you're looking more and more into diet, into health, how you can be the healthiest person mentally, physically, also financially. You're able to make decisions that are financially literate. You are able to make decisions that you know are good. You don't have to question whether what you invested in is going to work. You're not going to question or have to question whether this property that you invested in was a good investment, or whether these stocks that you purchased are actually going to have any type of return on your investment. You simply know because you did your research. Next up, Well, last but not least, we have the King of Swords. You have a lot of kings within your reading, all my beautiful Pisces babies. We have the King of Swords, the King of Diamonds, the King of Cups, and we also have the Queen of Cups, which shows a lot of energy that is strong, that is unafraid. It shows me here that 2022 is going to be filled with confidence, no second guessing. When you enter a room, people look at you. You have energy that screams, I am present and I am strong and I'm not going to back down from accomplishing the things that I need to accomplish in this lifetime. So all my Pisces babies, you are definitely going through a year of empowerment. As a Pisces, you're very compassionate, you're very kind, but you can sometimes be rather how should I say, weak-willed, easily led, but 2022, that is not the case for you. You are not allowing anyone to tell you what to do. If you don't want to do it, you're not doing it, and you are following your own advice, and you often have great advice for other people. In 2022, you're finally taking your own advice, empowering yourself, and it shows in the outcome of 2022 for you, which is fabulous. All of my beautiful Pisces babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you do not forget to get your copy of the Pastel Journey Tarot. The Gentle Heart Tarot that I launched earlier in the year sold out immediately, and I have this feeling that you're going to want to get your copy of the Pastel Journey quickly. It is such a high quality, beautiful deck that will last you for years to come. So I strongly recommend that you secure your copy ASAP. So all of my beautiful Pisces babies, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful. Feel free to leave a fish emoji down below in the comment section to let me and others know. And I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions.